Post from xPlicitMike. What's the creepiest confession made on Reddit? Comment from ashdelete. There was a guy who confessed that he stalked a girl for a year. Hacked her love interest's computer. Planted a load of evidence that love interest had been stalking her and was into a load of weird and creepy stuff. Revealed it to girl. Helped girl to get a restraining order on love interest. Used that as his way in with the girl. And eventually married her. What the actual fuck? Comment from deleted. On the legal advice forum several months ago, it's been deleted. Someone got on there who described in detail a sexual encounter he had just had, where when he went to the bathroom to take a shower, when he came back out the woman was gone, and 20 minutes later the cops showed up. The whole story sounded like a very cliched and detailed rape scenario. A few commenters responded to the op just to tell him to shut up, stop typing on Reddit, and go call an attorney ASAP. Then, the story was deleted. Comment from ItsMinnieYall. The guy who confessed to spending thousands of dollars on inflatable dragons so he could have sex with them. It was in a finance thread, which made it even more bizarre. Eventually someone finally asked if he had sex with them and he's like, well, duh. Edit. Here's the link for anyone into that kind of thing. https://www.reddit.com AskReddit comments 4DHYUA what's underscore the underscore nerdiest underscore thing underscore you've underscore ever underscore done D1R6 yuck edit 2. OMG, there are 2 inflatable dragon fuckers on Reddit. Here's the other thread, but the comments have been deleted. Shame, because this thread was even weirder. https://np Reddit.com r financial independence comments 3574 eb those underscore seeking underscore financial underscore independence underscore what's underscore your cr1t0sc. Edit 3. Here was his response when someone finally asked if he had sex with the dragons. I'm offended by this question. Of course I do. Every way possible. But I prefer having sex on them. Then again, I don't think you can count spanking your monkey as sex. Comment from CTS_2. I'm not sure of the thread and it was months ago. But it was a child psychologist who was talking about molesting and abusing his clients. I work in mental health, so I think it was on a related subreddit. Anyways, it was super disturbing. He went into really creepy detail about how he would groom the children. Some of the things made me think he wasn't really a psychologist. But some of his knowledge made me think he did have some healthcare knowledge. Comment from Toxikomania. I know a guy on 4chan made a game where you had to find coordinate that lead to the body of the victim of the murder he did. Edit. Not cool when you mention a story like that and people confused are asking you, but which of murders are you talking about? There are so many. Comment from Jeff_the_nurse. I remember when a guy used Confession Bear to say that he was supposed to cheat with his new wife's best friend and waited for her in a hotel. But she died in a car accident on the way there. Comment from Capcombric. Not exactly a Reddit confession, but there was a guy who posted on B asking if he should kill his girlfriend. They said yes, and then he responded with pictures of her body, strung up so that her teenage son would find it when he got home. As the other commenters continued to encourage him, it was reposted on Reddit and ended up making the news. That one made me sick to my stomach. Comment from deleted. Probably the confession where the Redditor and a girlfriend decided to experiment in bestiality with his dog. They waited until no one was home. The girl stripped down naked and bent over on all fours and changed her mind when the dog approached her. The dog then proceeded to chase her, mount her and have sex with the girl. She ended up committing suicide weeks later. Not sure of validity of it, but still disturbed the hell out of me. Link. Comment from douche_kayak. I remember a guy who unknowingly admitted to molesting his cousin on AskReddit when he was asking for advice. Pretty much they were having a sleepover and he sticks his hand down her pants and starts fingering her out of nowhere. She stops talking to him after that and he's freaking out saying she's being a bitch and he was worried she was going to tell on him even though she definitely wanted it. After all, if she didn't, she would have stopped him. After everyone in the comments trying to explain that he molested her, he argued back saying they're wrong but then deleted his post. Comment from mirk-eaves. I can't remember where it was from, but it was probably r AskReddit since it's my most frequently ventured subreddit. Anyway, This dude confessed to taking advantage of, I think it was his cousin, and her friend's drug addiction, where he would supply them with drug money if they did sexual favors for him. And by sexual favors, he meant anything and everything. The extremely fucked up part was that he would force them to do things they didn't want to do, like forced anal sex or painful sex in general, and they just let him do it because they need to feed their addiction. He described it as having his own personal sex slaves. It was downvoted to hell, and I was scarred reading that. But I think it was one of those worst confession threads like this one. But for actual confessions. Comment from deleted. I vaguely remember a post where a guy was caught up in corporate espionage and it was downvoted into oblivion. But he had posted an imager link with a couple photos as proof in another subreddit. The account was his regular. He posted regularly before that post IRC. After that post, nothing. Dead. Can't remember what it was, but it was a couple years ago. Comment from Brashup_Rajor. Someone accidentally killed multiple tenants, maybe a family, because he left a rag or something in a bad place in the basement. He saw it before any investigation and took to so it could go back on him or business. I wish I remembered better. Comment from RubahBetutu. There was a deleted confession of a Venezuelan Redditor about killing a street thug for molesting his GF. This happened when Venezuela is in the first stages of entering economical apocalypse it is currently in. He described that it is futile for a Venezuelan to leave the criminal to due process. Since law enforcement can't be bothered to enforce the case, the police were underpaid, and most of the time are in cahoots with the criminals, so he kidnapped the thug, brought him to a remote house, and beat the thug to death with a metal wooden bat while the thug is tied to a chair. He then disposed the body in a plastic body bag in a river or a roadside street, just like how you see it on gangster films. I remember that he wrote that the whole ordeal left him feeling apathetic and nonchalant. The original confession has been deleted to protect himself. My memory of his confession is hazy. But it was one of the first memorable and powerful thing I've read on Reddit. Perhaps another Redditor would like to corroborate my story. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe.